Okay, so I know I'm a little tardy to this party, but this came down to a classic case of once bitten, twice shy, and I finally swallowed the pride and came into this. And yeah, let's dive in. Let's talk about it. Sleep, Tranquility Base by Max Richter. So Max Richter is a brilliant modern composer. Like he does a lot of soundtracks for movies, but he also does just brilliant compositions of neoclassical works. And he's done some of my all-time favorite within this genre with the Blue Notebooks and Three Worlds music from Wolfworks. And he does, just stand out compositions for soundtrack music. I know one of the things that for me put him on the map was the recompositions of the Four Seasons from Vivaldi. So yeah, I've always kind of had my finger on the pulse for what Max was doing specifically outside of his soundtrack works, like more within just his usual compositions. And I think one of the ones that put him on the map for a lot of people was his Sleep project, which was this 8.5 hour long sequence for sleeping, this kind of capturing the different cycles that we have within the sleep, that then came down to the sleep remixes and music from Sleep to kind of help actually package this into a sellable, marketable item. And this is yet another one of those. Now, this isn't the first time that Max has kind of revisited an old item, and this is what kind of left me cold, because back last year, he recomposed his Four Seasons that he did with the Vivaldi, the new Four Seasons Vivaldi recomposed, and it was just ugh. I did not like that album at all. It was one of the worst albums that I heard that year. And so when I saw that he was doing something similar with Sleep, and I still love Sleep, I got a little hesitant. I have to admit, I wasn't all that excited for it, but I still went in. I still wanted to see, okay, what are we dealing with? It's just over a half hour. It's more of like an EP than a full-length album, even though I consider it a full-length album. I figured I can do this. I can do this. And what I was rewarded with was a really interesting and a really new and fresh take on some of the motifs that he was playing with within the Sleep aspect. And one of the things that really gravitated me to this was something that he had marketed this album with. And I'm going to quote here because I think he put it really, really succinctly. Sleep is a kind of counter-argument to what's going on in the world. Yulia and I have talked about it as a protest music. It's sort of the alternative position to how things could be or how things are towards the world we're living in, and helps us shine a light on things that we could do better. The original thing that made us want to make this piece was a sense of being oversaturated with data, with information, just overstimulated. And all of us just worse now. There's more of the same, much more of the same, and it makes the piece continually relevant. And that was, pretty stark. And that's really what I feel with this piece here. It's very, on its face, simplistic. It's really just movements and like vibes more than anything. These tones, these flashes in the pan with this harmonization, this vocal work that's playing around the piece. And really, the vocal work is very simple, and it's repeated over and over again, but in different contexts, in different areas. And I really, really love how this is less of like the immediate, the tangibility, and it really is very aphomorphic in that sense. It's very intangible. It's a gradient in that sense. Like there's no one big thing, it's not this big grandiose statement, but in so being, it really is the statement of its own, and I really gravitated to that. It's also very soothing. It's very mellow. It's reminding me of some of the things that Tangerine Dream and Klaus Schulze was doing within more of the electronical side of things, providing atmosphere, providing this essence of sound and this essence of meaning within the context of this wordless, voiceless message. And I really gravitated to that. This is an album that I will put on quite late at night to really help unwind and really help unpack. And as Max was saying, we're being overstimulated, we're being oversaturated, and this is just that cathartic release, that cathartic breath of fresh air. And I really gravitated towards that. For a piece of music that really is about a half hour in length without any breaks, like, yeah, if you listen to it on Spotify, you have Tranquility 1 through 16. It does have this kind of ebb and flow, but it's really just one piece, this elongated breath. And it's very meditative. It's very hypnotic in that sense. So, yeah, if you're looking for something that's very experimental but also very gratifying, I highly recommend this for you. If you're a fan of music like me that takes chances, takes risks, is an experiment, and isn't afraid to try something different, I highly recommend this one. This one made me fall back in love with Max Richter's music. I feel as though he's learned, I don't want to say he learned from his mistake from the recomposition of the Four Seasons, because I know he really enjoyed that and I know he liked working with it. It just wasn't for me. I think you'll really enjoy this one. This is one that you would put on when you just need to unwind, when you just need that breath of fresh air. This is the album that you'll want to be looking for. So yeah, it's for that reason that I will say Sleep, Tranquility Based by Max Richter, is one that I would absolutely pick up in physical format. This is one you got to have in your collection. This is one that I will have within my neoclassical collection for sure. It's just that breath of fresh air. It's that cathartic sigh that I really need after a stressful day. So that's what I've got. Highly recommend. This is a definite notes, reviews, recommendation, 2 thumbs up. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what else Max has in store. So yeah, that's going to be it for me today. That's all I got to say about Sleep, Tranquility Base. I want to know what you guys thought about this album. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Whatever you thought, please let me know by commenting down below. Because, I'm gonna leave you on that note. So thank you all so much for watching. As always, you guys are definitely the best. And until next time, notes out.